How's it going, guys? Florp here, back with another video. So today I'm going to be starting a brand new series here on my channel. I don't think this is going to be a regular series, maybe just here and there, uploads maybe twice a month, maybe 3 times a month if I can get around to it. But basically this series is going to be about how to grow your gaming channel. And you guys are probably thinking, why the fuck should I listen to a guy with less than 100 subscribers at the moment? Well, I've been gaining about 5 subscribers a day, and I think I know what I'm doing. One of my videos has over 1,500 views, and yeah, I know what I'm doing. I know how to get views. I know how to gain an audience, and I've only been on YouTube here for about, I'd say my first upload on this channel was like a month ago, maybe a month and a half ago. So after about a month and a half, I have about 100 subscribers, which is pretty fast in my opinion. I'm sure other people have done it faster than me, but I am growing at a pretty consistent rate, and I think I can share some tips with you guys and teach you guys how to get started. So in this video, I'm going to be teaching you guys what you need to do to even just get started, like with the YouTube channel. So today we're going to be going over how to think of a name, and after you think of a name, then I'm gonna be just going into like just different things on Alright, so in the first video I'm going to be talking about the equipment you need to get, and after you get the equipment, then I can make videos on how to make a proper name, how to get proper branding, how to get Sony Vegas Pro 12, and how to get Photoshop, and all the different stuff, and all these really cool tips that I can give you guys. But this first video is going to be just about how to acquire the proper equipment that you need. Now, in my opinion, you need to have at least 720p HD videos. I upload full 1080p 60 frames per second. In the past, I've uploaded like 720p, but from here on out, all my videos are going to be in 1080p 60 frames per second. But I think it's necessary to have at least 720p videos, because there's so many thousands, probably millions of YouTube channels on YouTube that upload videos. If your video is not in HD quality, why would someone sit there and watch it in like 240p or 360p when they can go on someone else's channel and watch it in full HD? It's just not enjoyable, and they're gonna click away as soon as they do it. And actually, when someone watches your video for a couple seconds and then clicks away from it, then it actually hurts it in the search results and pushes it down because the audience retention is so low. And I'll cover that in another episode. But yeah, you want to have HD quality video, and some people think they can just get an Hdpvr and then they're gonna be good. Well, that's not true. You also have to have a very HD sounding microphone, because if you can't understand what the person is saying, then that's not good. You don't want to have any fans on in the background. Before I record, I always turn off all my fans. I have a pop filter, so you guys should not be hearing too many puh or like, you know, sounds like that. So yeah, I have a very high quality studio microphone. I actually have a Audio Technica AT2020. In the past, I've used a blue Snowball, which also worked very well. And I'm gonna just have examples of that for you guys on screen in like a couple minutes, and I'm also going to link you guys down below. But as you guys can tell from my voice, it sounds very clear, very crisp. You know, just very high quality audio. So that's important. So just to start off, the first thing you're going to want to get is an Hdpvr. Now, if you're a PC gamer like myself, you're probably thinking, I don't have to buy an Hdpvr, I can just use Fraps, DxTory, Open Broadcast Software, or whatever. And that's true, I do use Open Broadcast Software. However, it does hurt your frame rates, and you can probably get better video quality out of like an Hdpvr. And also the files are a lot smaller. Now, Open Broadcast Software actually does have very small files, but I do believe that an Hdpvr is a very sound investment, even on PC, especially on consoles, because you cannot record properly on consoles without one. But I would actually suggest, even if you're on PC, to buy an Hdpvr, but you don't have to. You can get recording softwares for free. But anyway, I have 2 different Hdpvrs picked out for you guys. These are probably the 2 most commonly used. The first one is a little bit more high quality. It's also a little bit more expensive. And the second one still will give you HD 1080p. However, it's not as high quality as the first one. So the first one I picked out is going to be the Elgato Game Capture HD. Now this will do just fine. If you want to get 60 frames per second, you can actually pick up the Elgato Game Capture HD 60, but just a little cheat sheet, you can actually render out your videos in 60 frames per second, and even though they're in 30 frames per second, and YouTube will still say 1080p 60, so people won't be able to tell the difference between 60 frames and 30 frames. So that's a little cheat sheet. If you really want 60 frames per second, go ahead and buy the Elgato Game Capture HD 60, but that'll work just fine as well. So yeah, the Elgato Game Capture HD is a very good video capture card. I actually have experience with it myself, and I'll have it on screen, and also have the price on screen, and a link down below to an Amazon cart where you can get it. You can probably pick it up used on eBay around 90 bucks. But it's a very good card, maybe a little more than that, maybe more like $110. But it's a very good video capture device. I've had experience with it in the past. It gives you very high quality images. It's also, you know, it's just really easy to use. It powers itself, so all you have to do is plug in the HDMI cord from whatever you're recording from, whether it's your PC or your Xbox or PS3. or PS4, whatever, and you plug it into the Elgato, and then you plug your Elgato into your TV with another HDMI cord, and then you would plug your Elgato into your computer via like a USB cable, and that's it. That's all you have to do. Very, very easy, very, very simple, very, very convenient, and gives you great picture quality. And then the second video capture device I picked out is going to be the Roxio Game Capture HD Pro. In my opinion, I've also used this in the past when I used to play on console. I've used that also, and I think the Elgato is worth the extra money. The Roxio Game Capture HD, it gives you slightly less good video quality, and it's like honestly barely noticeable. But if you were to put two videos side by side, one from the Elgato, one from the Roxio, you could definitely tell that the Elgato wins in the video quality aspect. And also, it's just kind of annoying. The software is really shitty compared to the Elgato software. It has a lot of bugs. It can crash, not record. It's just kind of a pain in the ass, and it kind of got on my nerves when I was using it. So that's why I would really recommend the Elgato over the Roxio. But if you do want to save a little bit of extra money and you're on a budget, the Roxio will do the job just fine. And after you fiddle with it for a little bit, it'll actually start working. You just kind of got to figure it out. But it can be a pain in the ass in the beginning. So that's why, like I said, I'd go with the Elgato if I were you. Now, it's important to buy a professional microphone. You don't have to buy the highest quality $200 microphone. A $50 Blue Snowball will do the job just fine, but you can't buy a shitty Logitech headset because it'll sound like your microphone is halfway up your asshole when you're trying to record, and it sounds like shit. So you have to buy a proper microphone that records very, very high quality audio, like the one I'm using right now, the Audio Technica AT2020. But yeah, it's the one I'm using right now is obviously very solid. But so the first one I have for you guys is also going to be down below. It's going to be the Blue Snowball. A lot of people would recommend this one. You can get the IC condenser version, which is just good for commentaries, and that's probably on Amazon for like $60. You can probably get it used on eBay for like $30. So yeah, that's a really solid microphone. Some of my older commentaries use it. So if you want to hear what it sounds like, you can look up an audio test, or you can go back on my channel, probably like 6 or 7 videos, and then you'll hear what the old one sounds like. Okay, so the next microphone I picked out is going to be the Blue Yeti. That one is actually a step up from the Blue Snowball. Blue is a very reliable company, very, very well-reviewed company for microphones and audio equipment. But anyway, the Blue Yeti has slightly crisper audio, I would say, and it has more customizability, more settings, a little bit, a few more features. I don't really think it's that much of an upgrade. So if you're looking to save money, I honestly would just go with the Blue Snowball. But if you do really want to have the best you can get, the Blue Yeti is what you want. Now, the Audio Technica AT2020, I would say, is just about the same as the Blue Yeti. The audio, in my opinion, sounds almost exactly the same. The Blue Yeti might be a little bit better, but I got my microphone for about $100, and the Blue Yeti is like $110, so it's like the same exact thing, I would say. The only difference really is that the Blue Yeti has a few more features where you can kind of customize the gain on the microphone as well as live playback, but I never used that, so I figured I should just save the extra $10 and go with the Audio Technica AT2020. I have like a microphone stand arm for a pop filter, so it sounds pretty good in my opinion, and I think it does the job just fine. Alright, so that's what you guys are going to need to get started with your YouTube channel, and after you have these two pieces of equipment, whichever two you choose, any combination of the two will do you just fine. Then you can move on to the next part, which is going to be figuring out a name for your channel, and I'll be back with that in the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and remember, never stop LARPing.